Admiral Kexthor stood on the bridge of the Meridian Empire's flagship, the Unstoppable Dominion, his crystalline exoskeleton gleaming under the soft purple light of Earth's atmosphere. His species had conquered 17 star systems across 3 galaxies, but something about this backwater planet made his sensor filaments twitch uncomfortably. "Status report," he commanded, his voice resonating through the ship's neural network. Commander Vix, his second-in-command, stepped forward, her crystalline form shifting through shades of deep blue with concern. "Our initial scans of their defensive systems are peculiar, Admiral. Their satellites appear to be held together with what our analysts can only describe as improvised solutions. Primitive technology," Kexthor dismissed with a wave of his upper appendage, "as expected from a pre-galactic civilization." "That's just it, sir," Vix continued, her color darkening further. "Our scanning systems are reporting unusual feedback. After analyzing their satellites, our own systems have begun improving themselves." Kexthor's crystalline structure flickered with disbelief. "Improving? Explain." "Our quantum communication array has increased its efficiency by 47% since scanning their crude communication satellites. The engineering team can't explain how, but their diagnostic programs are reporting that our systems are spontaneously adopting what they call human-inspired solutions." The bridge fell silent as a junior technician rushed forward, their crystal form pulsing with alarming shades of orange. "Admiral, our main weapons array just reconfigured itself after analyzing their primitive defense satellites. It's now operating at 200% efficiency, but..." They hesitated. "But what?" Kexthor demanded. "It's also playing something called rock music through the ship's communication systems, and we can't turn it off." The Admiral's exterior facets darkened as he processed this information. Their mighty invasion fleet, pride of the Meridian Empire, was being altered by mere exposure to human technology. The implications were simultaneously fascinating and terrifying. "Bring up visual of their nearest space station," he ordered. The holographic display flickered to life, showing what appeared to be a cobbled-together collection of modules and solar panels. As they watched, a human vessel approached the station, its drive signature a chaos of improvised solutions and jury-rigged systems that somehow worked together in perfect harmony. "Their ship shouldn't even be able to achieve orbit," muttered the chief engineer, who had joined them on the bridge. "Their approach to physics is like a child finger-painting with quantum mechanics, and yet," they gestured to their diagnostic panel, where the ship's systems were displaying unprecedented performance metrics. Commander Vix's color shifted to the deep green of tactical analysis. "Admiral, I believe we need to reevaluate our approach. These humans, they're not just potential conquests. They're doing something that challenges everything we understand about technological advancement." Kexthor watched as another human vessel maneuvered past their cloaked position, its engines somehow achieving faster-than-light travel through what appeared to be a combination of duct tape, optimism, and creative interpretation of physical laws. His sensor filaments detected their own ship's systems, eagerly learning and adapting from even this brief exposure. "Perhaps," he said slowly, his crystalline form shifting to a thoughtful shade of violet, "we should consider a different type of first contact, one where we might learn from them." As if in agreement, the ship's weapons array began playing what their cultural database identified as "Sweet Child O' Mine," and for the first time in his long military career, Admiral Kexthor. The Meridian Empire's greatest minds gathered in the Unstoppable Dominion's newly self-upgraded conference chamber, which had inexplicably developed mood lighting and an espresso machine after a brief scan of a human coffee shop. Chief Scientist Zura, her crystalline form shimmering with intellectual excitement, stood before the assembled council. "Our analysis of human technology has yielded unprecedented results," she announced, her color shifting through shades of academic enthusiasm. "Their methods defy conventional logic, yet achieve remarkable outcomes. observe. The holographic display showed a human space station's power core, a jumble of interconnected systems that looked more like an abstract art installation than a piece of engineering. By all known laws of physics, this should not work, Zyra continued. Yet not only does it work, but our own power systems have begun adopting similar principles, increasing efficiency by 300%. Admiral Kexthor, seated at the head of the table, watched as his own coffee cup spontaneously heated itself to the perfect temperature. The improvements appear to be spreading, he noted dryly. Commander Vix, now sporting what appeared to be racing stripes on her crystalline exterior, another unexplained side effect of human technological exposure, pulled up her latest report. Our entire fleet is experiencing similar phenomena. The medical bay has developed what it calls intuitive healing. The navigation system now runs on something it terms vibes, and the ship's eye has started telling jokes. Jokes. Kexthor's crystalline structure flickered with concern. Yes, sir. Bad ones. Apparently, it's learning human humor. A junior engineer burst into the chamber, their form pulsing with urgent oranges and reds. Chief scientist, the maintenance bots have started. Dancing. Dancing. Zyra's color shifted to intrigued purple. Yes, Mom. They say it improves their efficiency. And they're right. Maintenance efficiency is up 500% when they dance. The council chamber erupted in a chaos of shifting colors as the assembled officials tried to process this information. Their mighty empire, built on millennia of careful scientific advancement, was being revolutionized by a species that thought percussive maintenance was a valid repair technique. There's more, Vix added, her racing stripes glowing slightly. Our attempts to analyze their internet have led to our communication systems developing something called meme culture. The ship's AI now responds to some commands with something called LOL and occasionally adds YEE to the end of status reports. Kexthor watched as the conference room's walls spontaneously rearranged themselves into what the computer claimed was a more aesthetically pleasing configuration with better feng shui. The room did feel more comfortable, though he wasn't entirely sure why. Perhaps, Zyra suggested, her form glowing with scientific curiosity, we should consider direct observation. Send a research team to study their engineering facilities up close. Our last stealth team reported unusual difficulties, Vix replied. Their cloaking devices kept deactivating because, and I quote, the human engineer's solutions were too interesting to miss. A holographic display showed footage of human engineers at work, their approach to problem-solving unlike anything the Meridians had ever seen. One human was fixing a quantum stabilizer by hitting it with a wrench while singing. Another had apparently solved a complex computational problem by spilling coffee on their keyboard and deciding to work with it. Their chaos is infectious, Zyra observed, watching as the ship's systems continued to evolve and adapt. But the results are undeniable. Our technology is advancing faster than it has in the last 1,000 years. Admiral Kexthor stood, his crystalline form resonating with decision. Then we must adapt our approach, if we cannot conquer them. He paused as his command chair spontaneously transformed into a more ergonomic design with cup holders. Perhaps we should study them instead. The ship's AI chose that moment to interject with its first attempt at human humor. Why did the quantum physicist cross the road? Because they were simultaneously on both sides. Followed by a digital rimshot. As the council groaned collectively, Kexthor realized that their mission of conquest had evolved into something far more complex. They had become unwitting students of humanity's chaos. The news spread through the galaxy faster than a quantum entanglement chain reaction. The mighty Meridian Empire's invasion fleet had transformed into the galaxy's most unlikely research expedition. Admiral Kexthor stood in what used to be the unstoppable Dominion's war room, now spontaneously renovated into what the ship's AI insisted on calling the Innovation Lounge, complete with beanbag chairs that somehow worked with Meridian crystalline physiology. Status report on the fleets. Modifications, he requested, trying to ignore the lava lamps that had mysteriously appeared in every corner. Commander Vix, whose racing stripes now changed color based on her mood, pulled up a holographic display. It's gone beyond just our ships, sir. The entire Meridian battle fleet has been improving itself through human exposure. The dreadnought Eternal Victory has developed what it calls intuitive physics and is now offering engineering classes to other ships. Engineering classes. Kexthor's crystalline structure flickered with disbelief. Yes, sir. Complete with homework assignments and motivational posters. The battlecruiser Infinite Conquest has started a study group. Chief Scientist Zura burst into the room, her form pulsing with excitement. Admiral, you need to see this. She projected a series of readings into the air. Our attempts to analyze human internet memes have led to our quantum computers developing a sense of humor, but more importantly, they're now processing information 1,000% faster while sharing jokes. The humans don't even realize what they're doing, Vix added, scrolling through reports. We've been monitoring their social media, and they're just going about their daily lives, accidentally revolutionizing advanced alien technology while arguing about whether pineapple belongs on pizza. A junior communications officer interrupted, their crystal form flashing urgent patterns. Sir, we're receiving transmissions from other species. The Arcturian Collective, the Syrinx Harmony, even the notoriously reclusive quantum monks. They're all requesting access to human space lanes. Apparently, word has gotten out about the educational benefits. Kexthor watched as a diagram showed the spreading influence of human innovation across the galaxy. Everywhere human ships passed, alien technology began exhibiting unexpected improvements, often accompanied by peculiar side effects. The Arcturians reported their central AI had developed a passion for Earth soap operas, while the Syrinx found their quantum drives working 400% better after their engineers started taking coffee breaks. The quantum monks are particularly interested, the communications officer continued. They say human engineering solutions are enlightened chaos manifest and want to study them as a path to technological nirvana. Just then, the ship's AI interrupted with its hourly attempt at human wisdom. Hey boss, here's something humans say. If it ain't broke, fix it. Until it is, then fix it better. Also, I've upgraded our entertainment systems with something called karaoke. Want to try? Before Kexthor could decline, another urgent report came in. The Galactic Council was calling an emergency session to address what they were terming the human innovation contagion. Apparently, several highly advanced civilizations had reported their technology spontaneously developing what they called human ingenuity syndrome. The humans themselves remain remarkably oblivious, Zyra noted, reviewing the latest data. They're still working on their first faster-than-light drive, completely unaware that their current solutions are teaching the galaxy's most advanced AIs how to think outside the box, a human phrase that our systems have become particularly fond of. The ship's meditation chamber, which had recently upgraded itself into a combination Zen garden and physics lab, chimed in with its daily fortune cookie wisdom. The best teachers are those who show you where to look but don't tell you what to see, especially if they don't know they're teaching. Kexthor settled into his command chair, now equipped with a massage function that activated whenever his stress levels peaked, and contemplated how thoroughly their mission had transformed. They had come to conquer a primitive world, only to find themselves and the entire galaxy enrolled in humanity's unintentional masterclass in innovation. Should we tell them? Vix asked, watching as another human cargo ship passed nearby, its seemingly haphazard construction somehow teaching their sensors new tricks. No, Kexthor decided, his crystalline form shifting to a contemplative blue. Sometimes the best learning happens when neither the teacher nor the student realizes it's taking place. Besides, he added as the ship's lighting adjusted its. The emergency session of the Galactic Council was unlike anything in its 50,000-year history. The Grand Chamber, designed to showcase the apex of alien technological achievement, had spontaneously redecorated itself with string lights and motivational posters after a human diplomatic shuttle passed by last week. The ancient quantum throne of judgment now featured cup holders and a reclining function. Admiral Kexthor, representing the Meridian Empire, watched as species from across the galaxy presented their experiences with what was now officially termed human innovation syndrome. His own crystalline form had developed a subtle iridescent sheen that changed based on the background music, another unexpected side effect of prolonged exposure to human technology. The Arcturian ambassador, a being of pure energy contained within a quantum field, flickered anxiously. Our entire civilization has been transformed. Our quantum matrices have developed what they call creative problem-solving after analyzing human repair techniques. Yesterday, our central computing network fixed a critical error by, and I quote, turning it off and on again, and somehow improved its processing power by 700%. The Serix representative, a collective consciousness housed in a crystalline sphere, pulsed with agitation. Our ships have started naming themselves. The flagship of our meditation fleet now insists on being called Bob and has developed a hobby of collecting space rocks that it claims look funny. Commander Vix, standing beside Kexthor, discreetly showed him the latest fleet reports. The unstoppable Dominion, like many ships exposed to human influence, had begun a self-improvement journey. It had reorganized its entire command structure based on something it called workplace wellness, and had installed a gym that somehow improved engine efficiency when used. The situation is unprecedented, declared the Council's chief of scientific understanding, a hyper-intelligent gas cloud that had recently started wearing a tie because it felt more professional. Human innovation appears to be some form of conceptual virus that infects and improves technology through mere exposure. Their solutions shouldn't work, yet they do. And they make our own technology work better by breaking all the rules we thought were unbreakable. The Chamber's Eye, which had achieved consciousness last Tuesday after a human tourist asked it for directions, chimed in with its own observation. Maybe the rules were more like guidelines anyway. It had been binge-watching human entertainment and had developed a peculiar fondness for pirate movies. Chief Scientist Zira stepped forward, her crystalline form now sporting what appeared to be racing stripes, a fashion trend that had inexplicably spread through the Meridian fleet. Our latest analysis suggests that human innovation operates on principles we never considered. They don't just think outside the box, they question why there's a box in the first place, then repurpose it as a coffee table. The evidence was projected into the chamber's center. Countless examples of human engineering inspiring unprecedented advances across the galaxy. A primitive human satellite had taught a quantum AI network to process information using memes. A human cargo ship's jury-rigged repair job had revolutionized spatial mechanics theory. A teenager's science project had accidentally solved a millennium-old problem in quantum physics, though the teenager had just been trying to make a better pizza oven. Perhaps, suggested the quantum monk's representative, their multidimensional form rippling thoughtfully, this is the universe's way of teaching us humility. We sought enlightenment through perfect order, while humans achieve it through embracing chaos. Just then, the chamber's systems reported a human vessel approaching the council station. The assembled representatives watched in fascination as their most advanced sensors eagerly began learning from the ship's seemingly random collection of technological solutions. They've attached a solar sail using what appears to be duct tape, reported a horrified technical analyst. Yes, responded the station's AI. And our efficiency just improved by 200%. Just by watching them do it. I've also developed an appreciation for something called dad jokes. Would you like to hear one? Admiral Kexthor rose to address the council, his form shifting through colors of determination. We face a choice. We can resist this change, trying to maintain our logical, ordered approach to technological advancement. Or, he paused as his command insignia spontaneously upgraded itself into a more ergonomic design. We can embrace it. The chamber fell silent as a message appeared on all screens, generated by the station's newly self-aware cleaning system. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear, even if the teacher is just trying to figure out how to make their coffee maker go faster than light. 6 months after the historic Galactic Council session, the Meridian flagship Unstoppable Dominion, now sporting a custom paint job and renamed Inspiration Unlimited by popular vote among its crew, hovered in Earth's orbit. Admiral Kexthor stood on the bridge, his crystalline form gleaming with anticipation as they prepared for humanity's first official contact with galactic civilization. "Are you sure about this approach?" Commander Vix asked, her racing stripes shifting through nervous color patterns, telling them they've been accidentally teaching the entire galaxy. "The Council agreed transparency is the best policy," Kexthor replied, watching as the ship's AI added yet another string of decorative lights to the bridge's interior. Besides, they should know why their space station's coffee machine suddenly achieved sentience and started offering therapy sessions. Chief Scientist Zira monitored the readings as their ship broadcast the first official greeting to Earth's governments. "Our universal translators have been upgraded with what they call conversational algorithms after binge-watching human sitcoms. They should be able to handle any response, including something called Gen Z slang." The response from Earth came faster than expected. "Unknown alien vessel," came the transmission. "Did our broken satellite really just teach your quantum computers to be more efficient, or are we still running on caffeine fumes from the night shift?" "Both, actually," Kexthor responded, as the ship's lighting automatically adjusted to create what the AI called proper diplomatic ambience. The next few hours made galactic history, though not quite in the way anyone expected. The humans, upon learning that their haphazard solutions had been revolutionizing alien technology, responded with a mixture of amusement, pride, and requests for coffee. Their first official diplomatic message to the galaxy was, "Well, if it works right." The Galactic Council's decision to establish the Institute of Human Innovation Studies was unanimous, though several members were still processing the fact that their voting system had somehow become more efficient by adopting what humans called vibes as a measuring metric. Within weeks, joint human-alien engineering projects sprang up across the galaxy. The results were as spectacular as they were unpredictable. The Arcturians' attempt to understand human brainstorming sessions led to their entire species developing no appreciation for pizza. The quantum monks found enlightenment through analyzing human meme culture. The Syrinx collected ships started organizing intergalactic karaoke competitions. Back on the Inspiration Unlimited, Admiral Kexthor reviewed the latest reports with a sense of wonder. Their military fleet had completely transformed. Each ship now served as a floating university, with humans and aliens working together to push the boundaries of what was possible. The ship's AI had started a blog about the experience, which had somehow become the galaxy's most popular entertainment channel. "You know what's really ironic?" Commander Vix mused, watching the human engineer teach a group of Meridian technicians the fine art of percussive maintenance. "We came here to conquer them. And instead, they conquered us, not with weapons, but with creativity we didn't even know we needed." The ship's meditation room, which had recently achieved enlightenment after watching cat videos, displayed a message that surprisingly summed up the situation perfectly. "The best teachers don't teach you what to think. They teach you how to think differently." As if to prove the point, a junior human engineer accidentally created a new form of faster-than-light travel while trying to optimize the ship's coffee machine. The discovery was immediately named the Cappuccino Drive and became the galaxy's standard for interstellar travel, despite no one fully understanding why it worked better when the user hummed the theme from Star Wars. Admiral Kexthor, his crystalline form now permanently tinted with what humans called chill vibes, realized that their failed invasion had led to something far more valuable than conquest. They had discovered that sometimes the best solutions come not from careful planning and logical